Hello everyone, it's Maria here from pepperlyrose.blogspot.com.au. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Sydney, Australia. Thank you all for joining me. Today I am going to show you how to make this card using the At Home With You bundle. This bundle will be live for you to order from the 1st of June. So that's in 2 days' time, so not long to go, guys. Now, I filmed this tutorial earlier and I made lots of boo-boos, so I have learnt from this. So I'm going to show you now what I've learnt so that you don't go through the same mistakes as I have. And it will help you to make this gorgeous card. Now this is beautiful, but there are mistakes in it. So I will show you how to make this card from start to finish. And this bundle, you can buy separate, or you buy them as a bundle and you can get 10% off. So we'll start the card. So what you will need is half an A4 sheet of basic grey cardstock and scored in half again to make an A6 card base. Now if you're in other parts of the world and you don't use A6, feel free to use any card base you wish. This is the card base I basically work with most of the time and I like working with it. Okay, what you will need to do is then get some Whisper White cardstock. So you'll have a panel that is slightly smaller than that card base. That's just a spare piece of Whisper White, which you may or may not need later on. Okay, so what I'll grab now is my Big Shot with the magnetic platform. And we are going to cut out a door frame from this. So I'll just grab my framelets. These are the framelets, which are fabulous. So you have like the door frame, and you also have an actual door, which only has 3 sides that cut and 1 side that doesn't. So that's what will help you to open and close the door. See? All right, so what we'll do is we will cut out the door frame first. So you'll just position it in a way you would like it positioned on your piece of card base there. So I'd like it to be equidistant and a little bit up from the bottom. And we're going to crank that through the Big Shot. Oops. And that's normal to hear cracks with your Big Shot. Okay, so we've cut that out. So now you have that hole in the door. Then what you'll need is change platforms to our regular cutting platform. So I'll just grab that very quickly. And you can leave this door to make another project another time. And I've got my brick wall embossing folder, and we're going to put that through there so it looks like a brick wall, like the front of a house. That's the idea of this card base. So position that properly in the folder. Make sure it is the closed end that goes in first. It stops the embossing folder from cracking, as well as make sure that it's not sticking out on either side. So make sure that the sandwich is very well placed together. Now we're just going to crank that through, and that is your front panel there embossed. So it looks like that. Okay, so we'll just take that away for the moment, but we will be bringing it back shortly. And what we'll do is we'll do some stamping, and we're going to use this wreath over here. So you have a choice of 2 wreaths. You have one with just regular flowers, and that can be used for hello, spring, thank you, whatever you want it to be. And then we've got one with hollies and the holly berries. And so that's the Christmas one, and we're using this one over here as well. So we're going to cut that out twice and that one once. So we'll just grab my stamps. And you can actually use, instead of wasting cardstock, you can actually use the door frame, the door cut out, and use that for your stamps as well. So let's do that so we don't waste anything. So we'll just use Memento Tuxedo Black ink for this. So we're going to cut that out twice. So we'll cut it out. Let's see if we can do this side by side. Yep. So cut that out side by side, which will be great, and we don't waste anything. And then that one again. Leave that open actually. So I'll put that over here. So there's a little bit of a distance between the two images, so that can easily be cut out. And then we're going to use the wreath. And as you've noticed, the wreath also has like a little arrow. And what that arrow does is that if you, say, put it up towards the top, when it's time for you to cut that out, you will know exactly how to position your framelit over the top so you're not sitting there fiddling around. So let's quickly colour these images in. So I'm just going to push my chair in because I'm slightly out. And we will use our red marker. I'm just using the brush tip and I'm just going to colour in those baubles. It's very quick to colour. I mean, I'm not using anything fancy other than the Whisper White cardstock, and you're not wasting any because you're using that same sheet as before. And I'm going to use now the fine tip and I'm going to colour in these berries because it is a very small image. So this will go very quickly, guys, I promise. And very quickly. Now I'll grab my old olive marker and I'm just going to start colouring in. So nothing special again. I'm just colouring over the top of those images there. Just straight marker, no need for fancy shading or anything like that. I'm not great at colouring, so my aim is just to keep within the lines, and that is about it. Okay, so we'll do the other one now. Still looks fabulous. So I'll just basically just do strokes of where the, you know, the leaves are and everything, so that it looks good like this too. That's how you add colour. It's very quick, not messy, and I love the markers. They're very, very versatile. Okay. Okay. Now just notice that there's a bit of red there that didn't fill out, so I'll just fill that out a little bit there. Okay. Now we'll just colour in those holly leaves. Oh, there's one there I didn't colour in. Just bring that in there. Try and do this as quickly as possible. Yeah, I love colouring. It's kind of therapeutic, isn't it? So as I said, this is the old olive marker. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it is handmade. So very quick there. Okay. And there's a berry that I forgot. Oh no, yes I did. I forgot to colour in a berry. So I'll just colour that in there. There we go. So that's all done. And now I'm going to use my smoky slate marker and I'm just going to colour in those pots. And just colour those in very quickly. And what I'd like to do, my only fancy way of doing things is then where there's extra lines, I'll just go over the top with the marker just to make it like stand out a little bit. So I'll just do that, like that. Just keep within the lines. That's all you need to do really. Okay, and I'm just going to accent those lines. So now the colouring looks like that. See? It's nothing special, but it still looks great. Okay, now I'll bring up my big shot again and we're going to cut all these images out. So I'll just pop this on here and we'll bring out our framelits and we're going to cut out the wreath and this image. So we'll need to pass it through 2 times. So as we remembered where we stamped off, oh, that's just the regular platform. We'll just use this one. Okay, and then we put this over the top, cutting side down. Okay, this is the fun part, is the positioning. All right, now put the cutting plate over the top carefully and run that through the big shot. Okay. Actually, that didn't cut out because it's the big shot platform and not the magnetic platform. Goodness gracious, and I forgot my thin die adapter. I'm not thinking today. I rarely make that mistake, but there you go. It happens to the best of us. Okay, let's position that again. Okay, luckily, these are easy to cut out. So sorry, guys. I am so pathetic. Oh, shocking, shocking, shocking. As I said, this is the second time I'm shooting this today, and I am still not thinking. It's terrible. Okay, that's better. I'll go through again on the other side. And I'll show you the cutout images. So that's the wreath all cut out. Isn't that beautiful? And then we've got that cut out. Looks great. Now I'm going to cut that image out again. Crank that through very quickly. Okay. Okay. Take that away for just a second. And so now that has cut out beautifully. Okay, so I'll just pop those over there for now. What we will need to do next is we will need to stamp our door image. Okay, so I'll just grab some basic grey cardstock, and I've got a piece that I cut out earlier, just a basic grey piece of cardstock, and we need some real red as well. Okay, so we'll start off with the basic grey, and we're going to use our Memento ink for that. Okay, and we're going to stamp make sure that the image comes through. That's not too bad. My main concern really is the outside, so that's okay. And then we'll cut out the a red one too. So we're going to cut out 2. Okay, ink that up again, and then we're going to cut this out. Okay. Okay, that didn't turn out very well. Jeez. Okay, so I'll do that again, because I wanted to have a red door. So I'll do that side again. And it doesn't worry me if we don't cut out the frame, because we don't really need the frame on this one. We just need to cut out the door. Okay. Okay, that turned out great. Okay. Just grab some. Okay, wipe that off. That's great. Okay. All right, so we have now 2 doors. We're going to use the frame on this one and cut that out. So we'll just grab our magnetic platform and our cutting pad, pop this on the top, and we'll cut this out. out. Okay. So now I have a door, which looks fabulous. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this and use this again onto it. And it's just for positioning, just to make it, because I'm lazy to colour, I'm just using that just to cut the frame out. Okay. So they cut out the door there, and then we're going to use the other framelit that has only the 3 sides. So it's got 1, 2, 3 ridge there. So it's 1, 2, 3, and this side has no ridge at all. So this is where you want to cut out your door frame. So I'm just going to position that. Actually, yeah, see how that works out. Okay, position that very nicely there, and we'll cut that out. So it looks like this, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip that bit off, and I'm just going to put a score line just down the side there, and I'm going to use my bone folder for that, and I'm just going to use the edge of my framelit as a ruler. And so I'm just going to now just put a line down the middle there, so now I can fold it open, okay? Just make sure yours doesn't have that image on the side. But hey, there you go. Kind of looks like a mirror image. Okay. So then it just fits over the top of that door. So what we'll do is we will cut again that door frame as well on there. And cut that door frame. Okay, position that nicely there. There we go. Okay, just grab my cutting plate, that over the top. Okay, so that also has a swivel door, like so. So that's how it's supposed to look, okay? It's got a very thin line down there. What we'll also do is we'll cut out the windows. So you'll need to pop that over the top there. So this will cut out the windows. I'm going to do that on the other door as well. Okay, and it just cuts out the little doors. The little windows. See, looks cute. Now we'll do the same on the other one. Okay. And I'll go back again as well, just make sure it really cuts out well. Okay, and that's that. So all the little bits have cut out. So you have your door here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line it up over the top of this frame, and I'm going to cut. Let's see, where do I need to cut? So I'll just cut using my scissors. Oops. This part of the frame out. So I'll just cut that bit out. And now I can stick my, cut this bit off. So now we can put that over the top of that frame. So it looks really, really cool. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll grab the card base with our embossed panel. So let's put some glue on that. I'll just put some fast fuse. Okay, so put some fast fuse. Put that sort of in the middle there. Okay, that's looking good. Now we're going to stick this down, and it's a very skinny little bit, so put, you know, a good amount of glue there to make sure it sticks down. But make sure you don't put anything on the actual door itself, so just like that. Okay. Now we'll stick that door frame back in the door, back into that hole there. Okay, so let that stick down there. And now I'm going to put the red part of that door there. So it's looking good. I love it. So cute. Come on, glue, come out. Okay. Okay, now we will stick this over the top. So now you have a beautifully stamped door with its door frame. So I think that looks really fabulous. So now I'm going to stick on all those pieces that I cut out earlier. So we'll just get out our little pot plants with the baubles on there. It looks very Christmassy now. So I'll just pop that on. So just make sure it lines down the bottom there, lines up there. And pop this on here too. Oops. Come out, glue. There we go. So on the last legs of this finally, this glue. And we'll do this side now. And then we'll put our little wreath on here. Oh, my glue's running out. There we go. Okay. And we'll just pop the wreath just about here, I think. Okay. Okay, so that's our wreath. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut out the doormat without the welcome, and on that doormat I'm going to stamp the Merry Christmas. So I forgot to bring some, oh no, what I'll do is I'll colour it. Yep, why not? Okay, so what I'll do is I will cut out that little doormat in white, and then I'm going to colour it in crumb cake because I'm not going to sit here and waste your time. So I'll just pop my Big Shot up here. Just get that doormat there, crank that through. Okay. So that's that doormat cut out. This is just the cutest set. I absolutely love it. So cute. Okay, and now I'm going to grab some a crumb cake marker. This is my tin of markers. So I'll just, that's soft suede. Just grab all of my markers here. Oh, where is it? Soft suede again. There it is. I'm going to use my crumb cake marker. Yep, that's my crumb cake marker. I use my Rose's Cadbury chocolates to store my markers because I don't have a lot of room. So anyway, I'm just going to colour that in. Give it the effect also of a, you know, a used doormat. And I'll just colour the edges there too. Make it look more distressed. And I like the effect of this because it looks like a used doormat. And I like that. Looks like a home, you know, homey. So I'll just grab my Merry Christmas sentiment. There it is. Okay, and I'll grab my stamping block here. Use my Memento ink and just stamp the Merry Christmas. Okay, and then how it would sit on the door is like so. Excuse me. So I'll stamp the Merry Christmas right there in the middle. Okay, that turned out great. I'll show you that now. Merry Christmas. And I'm just going to put some glue on there. Okay, put that over the top. So it looks like that is now all done, all complete. I love this card and I love this bundle. This is so cute and so versatile. And this is probably going to be my Christmas card for this year. So I hope you all like it. And you can actually make, where is my bone folder? You can use the framelit as I showed you before and make that really, oh, that's all stuck down, isn't it? Oh. All right, just get your framelit that you used before. And then you can really make a nice score line. Okay, and then you can fold that back. And now your door is looking fabulous. See that? So I hope you all like it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Sorry it takes a while, but I think it's well worth it. It's a fabulous card to give to somebody special. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.